What's up, YouTube? I was one of the first people to actually get my hands on the 248820 Milwaukee soldering iron. I ended up getting the tool only because I have a ton of batteries, so I don't need any more batteries or chargers. Anyhow, so I finally got my hands on it. I found out about it a super long time ago, as soon as Milwaukee had the thought of producing this item. I already had my want on it. Basically been waiting for this thing for months. Keeping track on Milwaukee's. I've even contacted Milwaukee a couple times to find out when they're releasing it, and it just showed up. So I figured, hey, I'm gonna do a quick review for you guys to show you how this thing works, if it's worth it, if it's not. And I really have high hopes for it, huge hopes for it, because like I said, I've been waiting for a long time, and having a wireless soldering iron that actually will perform normally is a huge deal for me. I cannot stand having a plugged-in soldering iron that I gotta run back and forth, unplug it, run, solder, come back, plug it back in if it doesn't reach. Just in general, if I'm working in some sort of hard spot to get to or whatnot, this is huge. I also have the 268820 wireless compact heat gun. So I also bought the tool only because, like I said, I have a ton of batteries. Here it is right here. I have a ton of batteries. I'm going to be running this on an XC 5.0 battery. So the reason I got this is because vinyl, and at the same time I do use heat gun for shrink wrapping and things like that. I mean, I even work with shrink tubing that is this big. So for me, this is huge that I can have this portability, throw it in my bag, whether it's my job related or it's my hobby related. Super excited to be able to just freely walk around, do what I need to do without being plugged in. So let me open this big bad boy up. I was really expecting to get a box, just because I know Milwaukee has everything in boxes. Oh, this thing is super light. It's a box weigh that? Holy crap, the actual packaging. The packaging is heavier than the actual soldering iron. That's crazy. Alright, where's the chisel tip? It's right here. Awesome. And then your instructions and whatnot. So I'm not going to need the box. Alright, let's see. So this is the on button, obviously. Positions. How do you adjust? Oh, alright. That's fairly simple and easy. That's pretty cool. So it comes with a pointy tip and a chisel tip. I don't know many guys using the chisel tip unless you're doing some large stuff. So this just unscrews, and there's the heating element, I'm assuming. So changing tips looks like it's fairly easy. You just unscrew, pop it back on, there you go, chisel tip. So this is super nice, very easy. Not sure what this is made of, but this feels like ceramic. Hopefully it's not fragile. So I guess I'll be careful with that part. So there you go. I mean, this thing is, wow, super light. I'm shocked. So heat up time, they say, is really quick on it. I mean, like, really quick on it. Comparing to a regular soldering iron, they're saying that the heat up time is, let's see, 18 seconds. So in 18 seconds, it's ready to solder. Max temperature is 750 degrees, which is kind of cool. The heat output is 90 watts. And then it's got the heat indicator on there, which is, I'm assuming, right there. Let's see, runtime is 45 minutes on a regular red lithium compact battery. I'm going to be running on a extended pack XC 4.0, and let's see, yeah, the weight on it right here is a half a pound that they list, which is, it's super light. I mean, yeah, granted, tool only, but if you have, let's say, 3 or 4 batteries in your bag and you're tossing this on top of it, you're not going to feel much difference whatsoever. So, all right, let's get this thing on. I'm going to lower it down. Kind of, I'm used to using, definitely used to using a soldering iron as a pen, which this is going to be definitely a weird thing for me, because I'm usually used to literally soldering like this as a pen. Shot of what I'm using as a solder. Focus. There you go. There we go. All right, so here we go. I am firing this up and I have my solder ready. Let's see how long it's going to take real time to start soldering. So the green light is blinking on it, which indicates that it's heating up. This is kind of nice. A little light. Nothing yet. All right, let's see. Okay, so it's done. It's melting it. It is that's unreal. The light is solid green and it is literally melting it right away. This is insane. All right, so I'm super impressed. I am super impressed with how fast it just took to heat up. That was really cool. Flip this guy on, and again, blinking green light means that it's warming up, and then once it turns solid green, that means it's all ready to go. Right there, that's ready to, I'm impressed. This is insane. This is too good. All right, let's see how well it actually performs. So I'm priming. Wow, not bad. Not bad at all. So here's also the nice part of this. So it's sort of like it's got, like your soldering iron's got its own stand. And you could literally do whatever you want with 2 hands freely. This is amazing. I'm seriously impressed. All right, let's see. I am impressed, guys. Now, I know nobody solders like this, but damn. Just with a quick touch, yeah, legitimate soldering iron. Absolutely legit. Milwaukee has hit this one out of the park. As I burn my Milwaukee coat with solder. Ah, that's still hot. So as you know, I am a huge Milwaukee fan. All my shit is Milwaukee. If I'm putting it in my Milwaukee arsenal, I want this to be awesome. I want this to work good. I want this to be something that I can depend on, grab it, go, and just have it in my tool bag or be able to use it quick and short setup time. Exactly what it is. Super short setup time. Literally pull it out of the box, put a battery in, and use it in not even 18 seconds. I mean, it's impressive how fast this heated up. I still can't get over that fact. Shrinkity dinkity. So let's see how fast this is gonna take. Versus a lighter. Alright, so it's pretty safe to say that right here is where I'm done. Alright, so I have my lighter here. So heat gun versus lighter. Done. And done. Alright, let me do one more with the heat gun. Here we go. There's this. So heat gun obviously is taking a little bit longer, and I feel like it doesn't get it as hot as the lighter. The reason I'm saying that, because this shrink tubing has an adhesive inside. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. There's like it's a clear adhesive. It's almost like hot glue or whatnot that it has. So basically the reason it has that is that the shrink tubing doesn't slide down. It actually, when it shrinks on there, it has a somewhat water resistant seal on it, and as you can see here, it is with a lighter completely melted into liquid and is pretty much sealing it. With the heat gun, it didn't melt the actual adhesive in there. It did a very small amount, but it didn't do it all the way. So let me see if I could actually get it to melt out that glue in the shrink wrap. Well, it's taken quite a long time, and it's still not as melted as the lighter is. Alright, let me see if the lighter is gonna do the trick after the heat gun. Yep. Yep, it's squeezing the glue out. right away you can see it start oozing out of the shrink wrap. Well, I mean, you win some, you lose some. So obviously what they're advertising this for the shrink wrapping, probably not as a strong performer as I would expect it to be. Alright, so I'm going to use a socket inside this large shrink tubing. Put it in here, pretend this is a big ass piece of wire that needs to be wrapped, and we're going to hit it with the heat gun. Let's see. Alright, so still not done. No, not very hot. Alright, so yeah, this took quite a while. Alright, so I'm going to compare it to Harbor Freight when heat gun that is malfunctioning at a high speed only. It says 2-speed, first speed does not work anymore. So we're going to do second speed and see how fast this takes comparing to the Milwaukee one. And we're done. This is definitely warmer. Okay, so the next test is going to be with an actual torch. Done. Okay, so safe to say this is definitely going to consume a little bit more time than a wired heat gun, and it's definitely a lot slower than a torch. So if you have room in your tool bag to throw a torch of this size in there, I would do a torch versus this heat gun. Now, I can't always use a torch just because I'm in certain places that just not doable. Very flammable stuff or whatnot, and I cannot use a torch. So for me, this is great. The other biggest thing that I would use this for is vinyl, because it seems like it's very gentle. It's gentle. Damn, the torch really got it nice and tight on there. You know, to be honest, this is I'm 50-50 so far. I was expecting a lot more heat, a lot faster, a lot stronger blowage. Definitely not blowing as hard as I was expecting. And of course, I'm looking on the box here to see if they have like CFM on here. They do not have CFM. So definitely not Milwaukee's strong point here on the air movement and heat. So it reaches operational temperature, says in 7 seconds, but definitely not hot enough. So I'm going to show you real quick the reason why I love this heat gun, or why I wanted to get, because I do work with vinyl quite often. And so this is a damaged piece of vinyl from a dock that I have to put back into its original place. So this was damaged on a dock, a little slip up, and need to straighten it out so I could put a very thin layer of black over it. Now, if you don't want to be replacing your entire piece of vinyl on here like this, these little spot fixes are awesome. Bubble here, as you can see. That's awesome. So I feel like this is a job for this tool. To recap, 50-50, and absolutely love the soldering iron. Soldering iron is great. It's wireless, a little bulky, a little awkward to work with. Definitely cool that you could stand it up with an extended battery, and definitely cool that it heats up so quick. I mean, I'm shocked at the speed that this thing is heating up at. This is like, to me, it's impressive. I don't know if you guys are using any different soldering irons, or from the stuff that I'm used to, this heat up time is definitely super impressive. The fact that I could grab it and use it right away. And I don't know if the XC 4.0 battery did it because of that, because it's a little faster. But even if it's going to be a few seconds longer, still very impressive. Milwaukee really needs to try to revamp for maybe higher heat or more air movement on this. The tip is great, the way that it's shaped, it's not touching. Obviously, if it falls face forward, it's going to touch, but to lay it down, and even if you put it on this awesome thing that they made here, the hook, if you put it like this, let me adjust the camera. If you put it like this, that tip is still not touching. There is still space on the bottom here between the heat gun and the thing, so you're not going to start melting crap like this. Constantly have a glob of plastic melted on there. It smokes up every time you turn it on. Anyhow, thought I would throw them in together in one video just because I feel like this is a combination pair. So you have your soldering iron, you have your shrink tube heater, and I think they're supposed to work kind of hand in hand. So I figured that's why I will do a review on both of them together. And I was very excited about this, and I still am. I am still happy with this because I'm going to be using it for vinyl. That's my biggest thing. I hate dragging out an extension cord outside when I need to use a heat gun. This is awesome for it. And again, the portability of it is amazing. But if you're able to use a torch, I think the torch takes it by a long shot. Huge thanks to Milwaukee for actually coming up with this guy. Very impressed. If you guys like this video, please don't hesitate, subscribe, like, and make sure you turn on your notifications. I'll be doing more reviews like this later on, and hope you have a good day. Have a good one. Peace.